Hi and welcome to this episode of Simutrans. Today we should finish off this series. So what have we learned so far? We're starting off with the boring process of installing the game, which can be a little tricky in some computer system. But with no game, no fun. So an absolutely necessary part of a complete tutorial series. Before we can start playing the game, we need to have a map or country. So that was the next episode when I describe how to set up the game and shows the map you want. I also went through the basic functionality in the game and how to landscape in the game. When we have a finished map to start with, I went through the basic theory about the game and the basic strategy, and we built the first road transport. Train transport are so important in the game, so we spent a mini-series just about the different part of the train system. We have now gone through the most important type of cargo, passenger and mail transport. We're starting off with the most simple chain, transporting coal between the mine and the power plant, and move on to more complicated multi-stage supply chain with several factories. You now know how to transporting cargo on land, sea and in the air. It has been my goal through the series to take you from the most basic knowledge to the more complicated and advanced level. When I started playing Simutrans from many years ago, the documentation about the game was not as good as it is today, at least not in English and my native language. However, there was good material from Germany. But Google Translate was at the time a joke. So the game I have learned through trial and error, and yes, I have bankrupting a couple of transporting company in this game before. So the goal with this series have been to take you through the first time in the game and make sure that you don't need to learn everything the hard way. So thank you for your time. I have now played this country for 60 years. One of the more interesting things is the statistic. During these 60 years, I have created 264 lines. I operated 859 vehicles. The highest identification number is 865. The reason why I have fewer vehicles than identification number, that is because I have get rid of older, more inefficient vehicle. The economy in the company is good. I have positive cash flow. I make a profit. And the margin for the company is good too. I have taken a small look on my competitor and noticed one thing. Some of them have a red number down here. That means that the company don't generate profit. So they play the game with sheet turn on. I have chosen to play the game in standard mode. Another thing I have noticed is there is good material from Germany. So if you understand German channel can be an alternative for you. Simutrans have also a home page there you have more material to read. At this time in the clip, YouTube wants us to ask you to become subscriber or follower, as they also call it on Vimeo and Dailymotion. There is more about Simutrans I'm interested to tell you. So if there are an interest, I can consider to make another season of Simutrans. If you don't want to miss the new material I produce, you should become a follower or subscriber. And if you watch the material on YouTube, turn on notification. If you don't do that, it can take several months before you actually get notified by YouTube about new material. Good luck with your computer game interest and have a nice day. If you plan to decommission hard drive or computer, I have a mini-series about how to destroy data so the data on the hard drive don't fall into wrong hands. Thank you for your time.